So I've been seeing this guy on YouTube lately who does these videos about, well, he lives in the South. And he tells these stories about things like that are so different in the South. And I grew up in the South. You know, he'll talk about what it's like going to a football game there, or how going out for just a cup of coffee is a whole big thing as well. It's not just going to get coffee, we're going to get a big meal. And he got me to thinking about, he was doing one about saying goodbye in the South and how it can get long and drawn out. And I thought, you know what? This channel could use a little levity from time to time, that being our channel here. And so I wanted to share with you a little memory of what saying goodbye was like in the South for me when we lived in the Deep South. Now remember, both Pam and I, we were raised in the Deep South. And we would then, shortly after we got married, we moved, I guess it was about 4 or 5 hours away with my first TV job. We moved down to Columbus, Georgia. So, you know, about a 5-hour drive to get back up to where her parents lived, to go back for a visit. And we would do that, every few weeks or maybe every couple of months, something like that. And so you go for the visit. And then it's the end of the visit. Say it's been a weekend and it's time for the goodbye. Well, let me tell you how in the South goodbyes would begin. Well, first of all, you start talking about saying goodbye in the bedroom. Her parents, now, no, not me and Pam talking about the goodbye, but her parents are standing at the doorway talking to us while we're packing in the bedroom, and they're talking to us about the goodbye. Well, then as we're talking about the goodbye, we then make our way through and down the hallway. We're still talking about it, and we're in the kitchen. And we're talking about it a little bit more. We sure have enjoyed y'all being here. We sure gonna miss y'all. Y'all be careful, blah, blah, blah. We keep going. We make our way into the living room. And, well, the conversation continues. Well, now, I guess y'all need to be getting on and get on and go. And we're like, yeah, we really wanted to get going here pretty quick because we already had breakfast, and that went longer than usual. And so we then make our way back through, down through, the way their house worked, you go back around and through this spare room and then out through the screened porch. So now we're in the screened porch and we're still talking about saying goodbye to each other. And bye y'all now. Boy, it sure has been a good visit. Now, did y'all get everything? Did you pack everything up? Are y'all sure you're ready to go? We're ready to go. We're ready to go, you know. And Pam, I'm like punching her, you know, come on, we gotta go. So finally now, we've made our way out to the driveway and we're still talking about saying goodbye. So we're still going through the goodbyes, and Pam and her mama, you know, got a hug 2 or 3 times. Then her dad would come over, he'd give me a hug, and then we'd shake hands, and then we'd make our way. Finally, we're in the car, and I'm like, don't roll down the windows. But no, we roll down the windows. And so now her father then comes over around the car, and we used to joke about he had the 22-point inspection tour of the car. So he's walking all around the car, and by the time he's done, he has come back with several tire recommendations, as well as headlight recommendations, and a few other things that we maybe should talk about. He actually wants me to check the blinkers and the brake lights, so we go through the 22-point inspection. Meantime, her mama has started talking to her again over through the window, and they're into some long, drawn-out conversation. I'm like, look, we got to go. Well, then the discussion comes up, well, what way are y'all going to be going back down to Columbus? You know, last time we went down through Birmingham, and then I believe it was Coleman, and then we made a cut over. I'm like, no, we're just going to go back the way we always go. And don't ask, I don't remember what the way was, but I said, and then, well, you know what happens next? Her dad then, he goes back in the house, and I'm like, oh, Lord, where's he going? He goes to get a bunch of maps. So he goes and he gets all these maps out, and he comes out of the car. Now, look, I was looking here, and, you know, if you go down to this way, you know, we once went through Corinth, Mississippi. Now, you could go through Corinth and go south, get north, and then go straight. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Well, do you want me to go get you want me to write down these directions? Because again, this is before the days of Google Maps and cell phones and things like that. And we're like, no, we'll be fine. So finally, I'm back in the car. We're starting to back out of the driveway, and then her mama goes, oh, wait a minute. I had some things I wanted y'all to take with you in the refrigerator. No, we're thinking, we'll just stop somewhere along the way. So we got to wait. So her mother goes back in the house. She comes back out. She's got a box of like 15 Tupperware dishes full of everything on the planet. And we're like, oh my gosh, this car is going to smell like who knows what. So we get all these Tupperware dishes. They're in the back seat now. I know it's exhausting just trying to leave. Finally, Y'all, we got to really get going. And then her mama goes, now come on now, they got to get going. Let them get on the road. Really? We've been asking that for a while now. So then the pull away. And you know how that goes? It's just a kind of a slow pull away in the South. You don't just get up and go. It's a slow pull away. You got to wave, 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 wave. And then finally, the house is out of sight. And then you're heading down the road, and then Pam goes, uh-oh, I think I forgot something. I'm like, I don't care what it was. We'll go buy it. And then that final piece of advice I forgot to tell you. Just before we left, her mother told us, now don't forget when you get home, call here at the house, let it ring 3 times and hang up, and I'll know that you made it. That way we save on a long distance call. Well, you guys know how that went. After 3 rings, hello, y'all home now? Yeah, that's how it went. So again, just adding a little levity to things here. That's how we said goodbye in the South. Now with cell phones, do they still do all those things? Oh, you betcha. Now we have a discussion about what brand cell phone you got. Has it got the right map program? Hey, thanks for watching. Keep subscribing. Bye now.